I'm gonna try this motovlog thing. This is my Z1000. It's a 2008 monster of a bike. It's pretty much stock. I mean, I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I've done the little things to it, some little hand grips and stuff. But I actually, this was my first road bike. I had a 250, XR 250 XL or whatever, Honda. I don't know. This is a dirt bike, Enduro. That's what I learned on, and that's what I think everybody should learn on. But this was my first road bike. My last bike got stolen, hence the only reason I got another bike. That would have been a great road bike for me. 250 would have been perfect. This is my first road bike. I love it. It's a great bike. I think it honestly has too much power though. I think anything over maybe a 600, it honestly has too much power. I can twist the throttle and be past all this traffic, no time at all. What I think should be done when you're buying your first bike is you need to sit on it, ride it if you can. That'd be ideal. I actually didn't ride this bike when I bought it. So I bought it used. Had I think 12,000 miles on it. Has 16,000 now. That guy just flat out ran a red light. Okay, a little odd there. Anyways, I bought it used. Had about 12,000 miles on it, and rode it for the first 2 months I had it. Was pretty much really learning how to ride a motorcycle again. I did a brief moment where I didn't have a motorcycle, and I just kind of rusty on it, to tell you the truth. But when I bought it, I figured it was the right bike for me, just because it was a bike and I wanted a bike. It was in the right price range. So I bought it, trailered it home. The first day I had it, the first day I rode it, I got it home, took it off the trailer and rode it, and realized that this was a very scary machine. For everybody saying that you need to keep your hand out of it, well, that's true. But listen guys, I'm 22 years old. I mean, there's still times when I just want to romp on the throttle. I know I'm not that old. I'm still a youngster to most people, but for you 16, 17-year-olds that want to buy a 1000cc bike or a 600, I think you need to start off on something smaller, a lot smaller. I think the 500s that the Honda's coming out with, that'd be a great bike. I mean, it's about the right size. The 250 is even better because it's cheaper. But when I first bought this bike, I rode it for about 2 months. Then we went on this trip to Arkansas, about a 300 mile trip, I think, 3 hours, something like that, I don't know. And I ended up going off the road and crashing. Of nobody's fault but my own. Driver error. Motorcycle safety course. You need to take that. It's probably the best thing for you. But yeah, I crashed. Went off a corner that had a steep embankment on the other side of it. I couldn't make the corner. Well, I thought I couldn't make the corner. What happened was I braked in the corner. Not supposed to do that. Got scared and braked into the corner. My back tire locked up, and I did not want to low side because I was not wearing gear. Another stupid mistake. So I let off the back brake. Well, it ended up throwing me up on top of my tank. I didn't have the tank bag at the time, but it threw me up on top of the tank. I rode on top of the tank, trying to keep it on the road for a split second, because it's just how fast it happens. And when I rode on top of the tank, I could see my front tire. You're not supposed to be able to see your front tire. I mean, well, I got a cop here. That is Oklahoma OHB. I am from Oklahoma. You are not supposed to ride. You're supposed to get to the lane over if you can, or slow down. It's illegal. They'll pull you over for it. Anyways, where was I? On top of the tank. You're not supposed to be able to see your front tire. Okay? And I was watching my front tire go off the road. That's when I knew I was pretty much screwed. My front tire dropped off the road, and I was in the oncoming lane at this time. My front tire dropped off the road, and the bike was disappeared. It was gone. I don't know what the hell happened to it. I flew, I'm gonna say, I don't know, 25, 30 feet. I was not going very fast. I had actually slowed down a lot into the corner from my braking, but it just wasn't enough. I was going probably 20 miles an hour when I went off the road. Believe me, 20 miles an hour is more than enough to cause damage. I came off the bike. The bike was gone, disappeared, flying through the air. There was a tree that I saw coming at me that was about, I don't know, probably that big around. Yeah, my friends make fun of me because they think I change the story all the time. I probably do, whatever. I make me sound more masculine or whatever. But the tree was pretty good size. Well, I hit that tree right across my midsection, my chest. It spun me around, threw me on the ground, and I slid down the hill a good 30 feet. After that happened, I couldn't breathe. I was, well, I wasn't really scared. I just couldn't breathe. I didn't know what to think, really. So I start to climb up this hill. This is a pretty good size embankment. You have to lay down to climb up it. It's pretty good size. I mean, it's pretty steep. But I climb up this hill, and I'm grabbing tree limbs and stuff and everything to hold on to. Well, I grabbed the tree that I hit. And when I grabbed that tree that I hit, I realized it was broken in half. My chest broke that tree in half at 20 miles an hour. I'm a pretty big guy. I understand that. But for that much force to go into something, it's pretty incredible. But I broke that tree in half, grabbed onto it to climb up to get back onto the road so somebody could find me. Was not riding alone. Well, I grabbed a hold of this tree, and the tree came out. The tree came out of the ground. Yeah, imagine how that felt. I slid back down the hill about 50 feet. So what I did was climb back up the hill on my stomach this time, using all fours. Got to the top. Got about 5 feet from the edge of the road, and the car came around the corner, saw me. I raised my hand, let them know I was there, you know. They stopped, thankfully. Called an ambulance, took me to the hospital, all that junk. I felt horrible, to tell the truth. I felt like I was really seriously injured on the inside. It turned out I wasn't. I was okay, but you never know. You might as well make sure, I guess. But that's how this bike come to what it is right now. I've slowed down a lot, been more careful, watching for other roads or cars on the road. Roads on the cars. I actually had a scary moment before my crash. I watched one of my good friends, just got his motorcycle license, just got his motorcycle. Actually didn't have his license yet, his permit. We were riding together, and he came around the corner, and we went around this corner, and this comes this straightaway with a little parking lot area. Well, I went to this little parking lot area, we're driving past it, and my buddy's dad actually went and passed it, saw a car trying to pull out. Well, he put his hand out, kind of like that, just tell him to stop. And I guess he didn't see him, but so my buddy's dad went past. Then my buddy started to go past. The car pulled out in front of him. He was going 40 miles an hour, maybe not even that fast. He somersaulted over the car, landed on his head, and slid about probably 20 feet on his back, all in front of my eyes. You would think that'd be enough to slow me down, but I guess it wasn't. It scared the hell out of me. It did. I didn't think he was alive. I thought he was dead. No way could somebody have survived a crash like that and be okay with it. I mean, no way. So I go up to him, park my bike in the middle of the road so nobody freaking hits us. Walk up to him, I was the first one up to him, and he's screaming. And the only thing I can think at the time is, thank God he's screaming. I thought he was dead. Any noise would have been fine. So he's screaming, crying, or maybe not crying, but screaming on the ground. And it's just in agony, I would assume. He just, no fault of his own, brand new bike, brand new rider, got hit by a car that pulled out in front of him. The guy that pulled out in front of him was maybe drunk driving. I'm not for sure, I'm not going to say for sure. But he did pull out in front of him. We towed the bike and, got him in an ambulance. He ended up breaking his arm and his leg, his femur bone. That was a pretty agonizing time for him, I'm sure. But as far as videos go, I'll put them up sporadically, I guess. This bike may not be in all of them. Probably won't be after today. Cherish the moment, I guess. I'm actually driving to a place right now to trade it. I'm actually going to get a supermoto. Something a little slower, something a little more manageable. What's up, dude? You looking at me? You're looking at me, fool? Maxima? Nissan Maxima. That's an old Maxima. They're tiny. I'm speeding. A little bit. Man, it is friggin' hot in Oklahoma. I don't really understand why it's so hot. Anyways, in contribution to this bike, what kind of bike do you guys ride? I'm kind of curious. I want to know. What kind of bike do you want? I guess if you don't have a bike, just put it in the comments. I guess I've never really done this before, so kind of new at this. Let's give me a break for a minute or so. I'm speeding again. This is not good. We're gonna get pulled over. But I'm actually going to trade this bike on a DRZ 400 Supermoto. See what comes out of that. Probably nothing good. Lady, you want to turn left, and I am burning up. It is 210 degrees on this motorcycle, apparently. That is what it's sitting at. Ah, mofo! Oh my god, it's so hot. Anyways, so I'm gonna sign off now. Is that what they say? They say sign off? Okay. So anyways, that's the video for today. I don't know how long it is, probably about 10 minutes. I most likely will cut it down. Maybe add some music because I'm a freaking idiot sometimes. Peace out. You guys hear this car? Sounds like a Haas. Just want to listen to it take off. The Audi A6. Is that the VR6? I wonder. I had a VR6. Nice car. Guys, it sounds like a Harley. That's funny. Oh, here we go. Take off. Take off for me. Now it sounds like a tractor. Oh, mufflers.